Hi everyone, it's Jules, also known as Weight Loss Jules on Instagram, and I am going to show you how to make an almond meal pizza crust. So first of all, I apologize for my kind of crappy voice right now. I'm getting over a cold. The ingredients you're going to need are almond meal or almond flour, cheese, various spices like garlic powder, pepper, salt, an egg, and oil. Any kind of oil is fine, even butter. For anyone following my uncle's book called The Power of Your Metabolism, all of the ingredients are considered S foods. This recipe is also suitable for low-carb diets or the keto diet or whatever that is. So yeah. The first thing you're going to want to do before you get started on anything else is preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Go ahead and start by measuring 1 cup of almond meal, and then you're going to add that to the bowl. After that, you're going to measure 1 cup of cheese, and really you can use any kind of cheese. I used a mixed cheese from Trader Joe's. You could also use mozzarella. And then go ahead and add that to the bowl as well. Mix the cheese and almond meal together until it's well blended. Then you can add your various seasonings like salt, basil, pepper, and my favorite garlic powder, which I use on pretty much everything. Personally, I just eyeball it. I like a lot of garlic powder, so I put a lot of that. So just kind of feel it out. Whatever kind of spice you like, you can load it up with that if you want. Once you have all your spices in, then just mix that all together and make sure it's well blended. Then you're going to add about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of oil. This just helps it from being too dry. Then you're going to add 1 egg. What I usually do is I just kind of mix it together in the middle. I sort of scramble it. And then I gradually add the rest of the mix to the egg, I guess. Does that make sense? Anyways, just keep on mixing it until all the dry parts are mixed in and it starts to look like a dough. You can also do this with your hands. I personally like to do it with a fork, but whatever works for you. And it shouldn't be too dry, it shouldn't be too wet. Although I don't really think you're going to have a problem with that, so we're good. Next, get your parchment paper. It can't be wax, it can't be foil, it has to be parchment paper. And then roll up the dough and add that to the parchment paper. Now you can flatten the pizza with your hands, or you can use another piece of parchment paper and roll it out with a rolling pin, which I personally prefer to do because it comes out more even, I think. Just keep rolling it until it's about 1 centimeter thick, maybe thinner. The thinner it is, the more crunchy it'll be. It's actually great both ways. If it's on the thicker side, it's a bit more like bread, so just try it out. After a few times, you'll figure it out. This next part you don't really have to do, but I like to cut off the edges. It's just easier to put on the pizza pan, I suppose. Quite possibly it's just because I'm weird. I mean, who knows? Now you can add your pizza crust to the pan, and go ahead and cook that for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees. I have a feeling I'm going to have no voice after this, but that's okay. It's totally worth it. Anyways, when your crust is done, you can add toppings like pizza sauce and pepperoni and all that. I'm using actually a homemade pizza sauce that just has canned tomato sauce with tomato paste and garlic and basil, salt, pepper. I prefer not to use some of the pizza sauces that I've found only because they're really high in sugar, and this one tastes just fine to me, so... Anyways, go ahead and add your cheese and pepperoni and whatever else you like on your pizza. And when you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and put it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted. When it's done, it should look something like this. I'm going to really wait for it to cool down, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut into it now. And as you can see, it holds together like a normal pizza, and it's really good.